Good morning. I thought that I would share a book haul, a gardening book haul. And I got all of these actually, I got one from a new bookstore, and then the rest all from the thrift store. So check out your local Goodwills, Salvation Armies, whatever, because oftentimes they give you these really charming illustrations. So let me get those books. Okay, so the first one that I got was the only one that is new, and I got it at Books A Million. It was $26, which I got all the rest of mine for probably like together less than that. So this was difficult, but this is the Grumpy Gardener. I went in there just looking for. I went in there looking for a present for somebody actually, and I came across this, and it's really unique. The reason why it was so surprisingly refreshing was that it addresses the different plants and things that are not so much fun when it comes to gardening. For example, just from the back, oh, and this is by Steve Bender, the 5 worst plants to grow, in kind of a realistic but also kind of funny way, why you should never carve your Thanksgiving turkey with a chainsaw. I'm not sure what that one is. The 1 treated plant that can keep you pure. The plants you can grow if your garden has deer. Why electric bug zappers are more entertaining than useful. So you can tell that it's got like this cynical kind of sense of humor, but there's also, it's sprinkled with a lot of real, legitimate, like, this is why you shouldn't plant this dang tree here, because it's going to give you this and this and this. And, if you have, it's just it does give you all the ups and downs of certain plants and things that other books do, but just in a refreshing kind of way. But if you don't like snarkiness, though, then you probably won't like it. Okay. Try and go in some kind of order. These are the ones that I got yesterday from Goodwill, and I believe they had another one. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, but it was just something that because this is a collection. It's the Time Life Encyclopedia of Gardening, and I'll check the date on here, but I'm pretty sure it was from the 70s or the 80s. Yeah, 1974. Okay, so the other one, gosh, I wish I would have remembered what it was. It just completely did not interest me. Maybe I'll go back there and see what it is. Okay, so these are the 5 books. And normally the hardbacks are $1, but the lady there, I kind of know her. She's really sweet. She said, she forgot about me at the counter, and she felt bad, so she gave them to me for 50 cents. But this one on trees especially was awesome, because I saw another book at the new bookstore that I really wanted. It had all these trees on there, except they had the reason why I liked it so much was because it gave a close-up of the bark and of the leaf and any flowering in it. And this one on trees was a great substitute, and it's sprinkled with these kind of cheeky old advertisements and well, no, not this one. Doesn't have advertisements. What's the ground covers it did? Look at these. These are so cute. Like from the early 1900s. For lawnmowers and tillers and stuff. And me being the way I am, I think it would be kind of fun to maybe one day kind of take these pages out and make a, like frame them and make some kind of artwork. But these go into weeds and different ground covers in this particular book. But what I love are the drawings that, or illustrations rather, that, excuse me, what's up there's that thistle. Oh no, that's something else. Like these weeds. Different weeds and grasses. Oh, that's a beautiful photo. And gorgeous watercolor and maybe pencil illustrations, but yes. All these different weeds. Because I think when you're a plant person, you start to look at everything with a different eye. You look at weeds, you look at leaves, you look at bark, and it's a really interesting new way to take on the world. Let's see. These just have great illustrations, and like I'm looking at this one for trees now, and it just gives you these wonderful illustrations of the leaves and, pretty detailed information about their care and everything, the climates where they thrive. So yeah, I got a series of 5, and if you can keep your eye out for these, I don't mean to like talk about things that are no longer being actively sold. I mean, I'm sure if these looked really appealing, they could be found on eBay or Amazon, but going out to the thrift stores and finding them for $1 to $2 to me is just great. And I also got from Goodwill a couple weeks ago this awesome, and I always find these little notes that people leave that belong to the previous owners. Like in this one, there was like this little pamphlet, and he or she folded up this really cute little advertisement. Wow. Your African violets will bloom longer, prettier, and more abundantly if you stick a few rusty nails in the soil alongside them. I have got to try that because mine haven't bloomed for a good while. What is this advertisement for? Or from, rather. I don't know. Anyways, this other book that I got is from Stories Gardening Skills Illustrated. And see, they've got different ones. I don't recall if I saw these there. Pruning Made Easy. Secrets to Great Soil. Those sound interesting. But I definitely picked this one up because the illustrations always really get me. And this talks about like different things for germination, but mainly I got them mainly I got them for things like this. It gives you illustrations of, like, for example, marigolds. It gives you an example of the buds, the blooms, and the seeds. And that is just so helpful. And having been familiar with marigold seeds, I'd say that's a pretty accurate representation of the seed. And see, for beans, it does the same. That's awesome. Broccoli. See, I'm planning to let one of my radishes go and collect the seeds for that. So it just goes through all the different like cycles of the plant, and then how to store them, and then a few little tips on germination. This is one particular I was looking at the word rose. One particular book I would actually really recommend, if any book you look into to get more, would be this one, Seed Sowing and Saving. That's really, really well done. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I've got other books that I've picked up at thrift stores. One that I love the most is like this pocket book of shade loving perennials. But yeah, that one's not really new, but if there is a desire to see it, I'd be happy to share.